Hello, everybody. Here we are on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock in California, and we have a lovely panel of graduated TCC students from all over the world that you're going to hear from today. So first, let's make sure that our technicality things are all working. So if you can see and hear us, please say hello in the chat. Let me make sure. Oh, I need to enable the chat. That would help. Okay, the chat's enabled. So if you are out there and you can see us okay and you can hear us okay, please give us a message in the chat box. And you've got Fumiko today.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Yes, and then while we wait for the chat box to fire up, why don't we introduce our panel today? So let's start with you, Molly. Do you want to say where you're from and who you are?
I'm Molly, and I am from Kokomo, Indiana, and I am a medical esthetician and a certified face yoga teacher.
Beautiful. And amazing. Molly was just telling us she's now pregnant with your 5th child, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I bow down to you doing this. Well, okay. Yes, we're getting yes. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yes, so many people are starting to come in. Wonderful. And they can see and they can hear us. Jordan, Spain, Ibiza, Barcelona. Wow. Right. Let's keep our international community going. Right.
I love it.
Yeah. Nadine, do you have an introduction?
Oh, can you say that again? The sound was off for a second.
You want to tell us your name, where you're from, and when you graduated?
Okay. I'm Nadine. I'm from Germany. I'm a dance teacher and weight reduction coach and a certified face yogi since last year, November the 16th. So that's my 165th day today.
Who's counting, right? Wow, every single
day. I love it so much. Yeah, Nadine, love it. Okay, beautiful. And then Marker, you want to go next?
Yeah. Hi, yeah, I'm Marker. I'm in Charleston, South Carolina in the United States. I have been a ballet and yoga teacher, modern dance teacher for many, many, many years. I have a cervical spinal cord injury, so I'm a full-time wheelchair user. And I was in the last TCC class, and I'm so thrilled to be teaching yoga.
So thanks for you here. Thank you. Woo! And Simona, go. You graduated back in 2017. One of my oldest students, right?
Yes, yes. Hello. Very nice to see you all here. From Prague, Czech Republic. So another side of the world. We have an evening here. I was graduated in 2017, and I used to be a fashion editor, editor-in-chief, and last couple of years, actually, since I graduated, I am a face yoga teacher.
Beautiful.
All right.
This is what I do. This is what I'm gonna do.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I'm getting a couple. Patricia, can you put your names in your video? I don't have the capability to do that technically, but don't worry. As we get into this at the end, before all these beautiful women say goodbye, they're each going to tell you their name and where you can contact them if you want to reach out to them. So don't worry, we'll get that in there. So it looks like people can definitely, I think, Deborah, you were having an issue for a minute with the hearing, and I think that's specific to your computer, because it sounds like everybody else can see and hear us. So let me just explain how we're going to go today. We're going to take this whole thing's going to take about an hour, we hope. And what we're going to do is Fumiko and I are going to hold a round table here with all of these lovely women who have graduated. And Fumiko's going to ask them specific questions about their journey. They're going to answer them. And so for the next 20-25 minutes or so, that's what this is going to be about. And if you want it, I'm going to turn off the chat box as this happens so we don't have distractions. If you have issues or any questions, you can reach out to our team in the pink I think it's pink. I never am quite sure. The pink chat bubble on your own screen in the bottom right. Once I turn off this chat box, you'll still have a chat box to reach out to our team behind the scenes, and we can answer questions at the end. And any questions that you're going to have specifically for these beautiful women, remember, they're each going to give you a way that you can go and find them online and contact them, and you'll be able to do that separately for them. All right. So I am going to turn off the chat box. And then Fumiko, I am going to let you get started with this roundtable. And the whole purpose of this is so all of you here today can understand what it's like to be a certified teacher. Each one of these women have very different journeys, have each taken something different from TCC and are doing something different. The sky's the limit, so you're going to hear from all of them and see what's possible for you. And then after we do our roundtable, we'll talk more about what's in the course and how you can enroll for June, which is our next one. All right, take it away, Fumiko.
All right, thank you, Maria. I'm so excited now asking you questions, so be prepared, okay? So Nadine, I know when you, interestingly, when pandemic hit, you were still teaching at the studio and you have to shut down everything, right? And then I remember your boyfriend supported you to take this course. You had a little resistance at first. So tell us how you feel that TCC prepared you for your own face yoga career, because now you have a very successful career. I mean, right away, you started when you graduated that same day. So tell us a little bit more about how you prepared, how you feel.
I feel amazing. It was the best choice I have ever made. Because when the pandemic started, I couldn't teach dance anymore because it wasn't allowed. And for 2 years or something, I couldn't work the usual way. And I had a lot of time to learn all these lovely knowledge you taught us from the face yoga method. And I sucked it in like a sponge, and I really loved it. And that's a perfect foundation for me. I can really explain everything to my students, and I have 100% success with everybody I've been teaching so far. It's really, really amazing.
Right. Thank you.
One quick thing I want to add to Nadine's story, because Nadine and I have a little relationship going on Facebook chat. I'm going to say I didn't teach her, obviously, to become a certified teacher. Fumiko did. But I will say from the business side, which she's asked me a couple of questions about, that I think part of the reason of Nadine's success instantly is she's coachable. She is so coachable. She takes it and she runs with it. And just so bow down to you. And that's why you deserve your success, because of who you are. And you're like, fine, I'll learn it. I'll do it. So thank you.
Thank you. And also you take action right away. Nadine, you didn't wait. You graduated and the same day you post a video in a Facebook group, say, I got so many people already interested in what to do. And then Maria started coaching you. So beautiful, hands down.
Yeah, so, I'm so happy. I'm so happy for that, really. And I make my first $1,000 every month already after such a short period of time. I already said that before. It's only 165 days, and it's so amazing. And it's growing every day, not every week or every month. It's growing every day. It's really crazy, and I'm so happy I'm doing this.
I love it. I love it. So next one, I want to ask other questions to other graduates too, but can you mute when you're not talking so that there's no echo? I think we hear a little bit echo. All right. So thank you, Nadine. And I want to, next one is, I think, Marker. I want to ask you a question. I know you joined TCC not thinking of teaching, right? You just wanted to learn something new. You are a teacher, and then you ballet teacher, yoga teacher, and you have a big heart to help people. But what was the most unexpected part of your TCC journey? And now you are teaching from your heart, people who have limited mobility, ability. And I like that part so much, because this is not just, moving the face muscle, right? So can you tell us a little bit, what was the most unexpected part of your TCC journey? I kind of know, but I want to hear from you. Unmute, Marker. Can you unmute? Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yep. Perfect.
I think the most unexpected part was that I actually wanted to teach face yoga method. Kind of like Nadine, I had to stop teaching the way I was teaching our dance classes. We taught on Zoom. So the whole face yoga method idea of teaching online made it much easier to do something that wasn't physically challenging for me. And I have so many people that I know, friends and acquaintances, who are unable to move, are unable to get out, to go to studios, to travel to from their homes to somewhere else. So suddenly I had this whole group of people who I would be able to help give them the yoga experience through their faces. And some of the people that I work with cannot move anything at all other than their shoulders and faces. So it's been an amazing journey. Everything that I've learned, and knowing that immediately before I had graduated, I had people from South Carolina Spinal Cord Injury Association and the rehab hospital that I work with and our medical university where I work asking me if I would teach this and share this. So it's been truly uplifting and very satisfying. I think there's a little bit of selfishness in that, because the more I give to others, the more I feel good about myself and being relevant. Fumiko and I've talked about this. I'm 65 years old and I still feel very relevant as I'm moving and aging.
Wow, that was an unexpected transformation. Thank you so much. And I know you really met almost like a soulmates through TCC journey, now called Wow Girls. And you never met them, but they're from all over the world and had such an unshakable bond you created, and beautiful. And you are working with them to share this message in Spanish language. Yeah. That's another option you have. Beautiful.
We speak every day, and we are working on our social media pages and how we can share that through the Spanish-speaking community.
Very transformational. Thank you. Wow.
Thank you.
So next one is, I want to ask Simona. I know you've been doing this for almost 5 years after you graduate, but I know, you know, you're a single mom and you're fully supporting your family with face yoga. So how quickly did you see a return on your investment? I mean, you were editor, you know, you already had a job, but now you're more, to me, you're more focusing on this face yoga journey. You're teaching, you were in a media, so many places, and you are helping. I think you held twice a year retreat for single moms, supporting them.
Yes. I'm supporting single moms because that's my issue, and I know single moms deserve support through pandemic even much more. So I started last year, and I'm doing it this year as well. And well, I started very slow. I started when teaching, and I graduated when I was on maternity leave with 2 kids, and I was having a very difficult divorce. So it was a very difficult personal time of my life. I think my photo froze. I don't know if you see me well, but I see myself frozen. So anyway.
We see you. You're moving.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. It's just here frozen. And, you know, it really helped me not only to get my own journey, my own job in my own terms and my own working hours and my own hour fee, which was very important for myself, having 2 children and being independent financially and mostly time independent, because I love working. I always done what I love all my life, but with having kids, time values much more, and every mother knows that. And so I wanted to create a job for myself that I will love. I will make a sense in it. I can take my expertise from fashion and beauty and still do what I do. And my goal was and always is to make women feel and look their best. Even I was doing a magazine. I'm doing the same thing with face yoga. but it's more intimate, it's more physical, and it's more personal, maybe. But my journey is pretty much the same that I was always on. It's just much more free when it comes to finances, time, and creating whatever I want. I don't have a boss. So, and the journey can be really, Maria said it right, the sky is the limit, because we are very different women and we take the business in a very own way. I take advantage of my past, being a model, being editor, connected with the actresses and magazines and so on, the fashion business. And anybody, Marka is connected to dancers, disabled people maybe. So you can work with anybody. And that's the beauty of it. Face yoga is for everyone. I had a client from 11 years old to 80 plus.
Wow.
From
and then
very different.
So beautifully, sorry, interrupt, but you're such a very hands-on mom. But another thing is you were exposed to such a possibility of getting Botox, a quick fix, right? In the beauty industry.
Yeah.
But you didn't go that way, and you put everything together. That's why I think it's so convincing so many people. You can be so naturally beautiful using this method and then transform the face and life and the body. And I like it when you do mind, body, and soul, workshops for women. So I really thank you, and please keep continuing your beautiful work. And I love to see, I've been following you, so I like that. And next one, I want to ask Molly. Molly, you are amazing mom. 4 kids, 1 on the way, right? And then you are full-time esthetician. And how did you handle? But I want to ask you this question. What did your friends, family, or support system say when you said, I'm going to take this course? Because you already helpful. What did they say? We'd like to hear that. Molly, I'm muted. Please, you're muted. Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. You can.
Okay. I really think, with my background and due to COVID too, I was looking for another avenue because I traveled and taught on a skin tightening and lifting device. So I needed to find a different direction to do. And I thought online would be great. And my husband said, oh my gosh, with all our kids, how can you do that? And I thought it was great because I could take my time. I could watch the lives if I was available, but then I could also watch you on the replays too. So it was very customizable to my, my schedule and to my kids' schedule. And it was the best choice that I could have made. Going from more of a medical background again, like you were saying before, it's really important to see a different approach to beauty, doing it the natural way, because our bodies are so amazing and so intricate, and we just really don't realize how wonderfully they're made and what we can really maximize in doing with them. And with you, Fumiko, it's just amazing how you've taken all the time to really master this technique and share it with us. So I'm just very appreciative.
Thank you. Well, it's so fun, right? There's no ending. Keep learning. And you Molly and Simona, like combine what you already have and putting together, and it's so convincing, right? Many people can understand you're coming from a little bit more medical background, and then they get really understanding what is working scientifically. I think that's a strength, you have. And then I really appreciate you sharing that too. So I want to ask more questions. Now, when I started 18 years ago, face yoga, and then when Maria and I started this online almost 10 years ago, there was no face yoga on the market. Like there's no word face yoga. And now I see face yoga all over. And then some of them, I never even know. I never certified them. But they are doing a pose wrong. Sometimes they're doing the pose wrong. So I want to ask you, let's see, Nadine, have you ever felt like you were competing with other face yoga teachers out there? Because you're mainly, putting the contents online. Have you ever felt that?
Actually, I don't I don't feel like this, because I feel the knowledge you gave us is so different. It's got a different, it's a scientific base, and I feel very confident when I teach it. And I already had some customers, they were talking to me and they said, I've learned a different pose from somebody else and I didn't get the benefit. And now you taught me, I understand, and I want to join your class. And that's all I'm getting here. I'm a magnet. And they come to me.
Okay, thank you. No, I like that. Yeah, like, yeah, when I see people doing a pose wrong, like, oh, come to my class. So we teach you how to do it right? So with that, I think I want to ask Marker, did you consider any other courses? Because you recently graduated. So, you know, maybe you kind of shopped around, or you thought about other face yoga, you know, shorter or more reasonable, or what came to your mind? Like when you decided to join our TCC?
Well, I'm always looking to learn something new. So, but I never considered any other face yoga methods, techniques, nothing. Because when I discovered you sitting in an airport one day as a Facebook ad, I was so intrigued by your teaching and your understanding of the whole body, of the whole person. And I started watching YouTube videos for a while, and then I did boot camp, and I was just so impressed with the way you connect everything, the universe, to our faces, that there was never a consideration for any other face yoga classes. Some of the things, like you said, cringe when you see some of the other people. I do as well. So yeah, no, just face yoga method.
Okay, thank you, Mark. I remember, you know, after each workshop, almost you said, wow, now I understand all the connection. Now I understand more the connection. So transformation comes, you know, everything is energy in this universe, right? So when the translation starts from here, like, oh, there's some feeling changing, it shows on our face and the body. That's why I talk about the posture. That's why Maria and I were so into mindset, because everything needs to be done in order to see a huge transformation. And sometimes we don't really, you know, expect that, like, I just want to get the results, like do this pose. No, it's much bigger than that. So thank you, Marker. And I'm so glad you joined us. Yeah, beautiful. So next one, I want to ask you, sometimes, you know, we expect to just jump to instant winning and the success. Like, I want to get, you know, I want to get the result right away. But, you know, we try to prepare you for what hard to for the 5-month course. It's not easy. I don't say it's not easy. It's not short. It's a 5-month. Why I need a 5 months? Because I teach you from the foundation and the mindset, all that, right? What has been your biggest challenge in the 5 months? I know it's a long time, and I think I want to ask you, Molly, with your busy family schedule, what was your biggest challenge you felt?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. I think for me, just because it was easy, it was harder for me to always be on the live and stay focused. So I'm so grateful for the replays. That was a challenge, you know, and we can always go back. But the biggest thing, and I think everyone is always going to struggle with this, and I see this across the board with life in general, and that's consistency. And consistency is so very important. So I started off, you know, and I'm sure a lot of the listeners here, you've taught us the 100 times face splash. So I absolutely love this one. But that 100 times face splash, I said, you know what, if I can't get, you know, my poses in the morning and at night, I'm going to do the 100 times face splash. So at the beginning, I started off with 20, and then I might have done 30, and then I might have done 50, and then I worked my way up. And I think that is the most important. Start off small. If you can't do something every single day, you know, for 20 minutes or whatever, give yourself that time, because with me and my kiddos, my husband's in there like, are you done splashing yet? And I'm like, no, this is my time. I'm getting my splashes in. So take time for yourself. And I think as a mom, and as just a woman in general, our life is so on the go, on the go, on the go. And have a moment. If it's those face splashes, splash away, you know? And I think that's just the biggest thing for me is consistency. And if you can't start off that way, work each and every day to adding just one more step to where you get into a habit.
Wow. Oh my goodness. You just hit that, like, really that principle of success, because that's so true. You know, new journey is always followed by not flowers and unicorns and rainbows, but challenges and troubles and oppositions and difficulty and a self-doubt, right? First. And I think it's what we learn through this process. And then when we learn, we just, keep moving forward. That makes you a teacher. That makes you feel like I'm succeeding. I'm going to from 1 to 8. That transformation happens. So it's not like, okay, just the Botox and done. No, it's so much more than the, what you sometimes think. But when you get to the success point, it's so worth it. Everything is so worth it, because the process into who you become, that transformation. Mm-hmm. So thank you so much. That's such a, whoa, I was getting like goosebumps. Oh, exactly what I wanted to say. Thank you. So next one, I want to ask Simona, because I know you were considered almost like a very, leader of the face yoga movement in Czech Republic, right? And the very first person almost represented the face yoga. So what would you consider your biggest win? Personal level or like, mental level, anything. I want to hear from you.
Well, it's been a journey. And when I started back in 2017, nobody knew about face yoga, anything. And it was more a joke for people than anything else. So they always ask me, oh, what? Show me something, I think it's similar to your journey. When you started, nobody knew anything. And now face yoga pops up everywhere. And I have to laugh somewhere, because that many people doing it so wrong. And so it's maybe the challenging, I don't know, the challenging was to quit my work in editing work in magazine and jump straight into face yoga only, and believe and trust myself that I can fully support my family only from that income. That was a little bit challenging, but I did it, and I just did it, and it went well. And another challenging time is actually now, because there are so many people doing face yoga, talking about face yoga. It's it's a boom, and it will be bigger and bigger boom. I'm sure of it. It will be big as yoga is now everywhere. That's one reason why I'm doing it, because I really trust the journey of it.
Right.
And more people are doing it wrong. So it's kind of, now, before people came to me with no knowledge at all. And now people more and more often come to me with, oh, I followed someone and I'm doing this, and they show me and they're doing wrong. So I'm correcting the mistakes and correcting the poses more often than I used to before. And they're always like, oh, wow, I didn't know that. Oh, wow. It's always about education and doing every day what we do to just, to do what we do simply. Right. And from the success, I never considered myself, seemed, or even I did many magazines, but I never considered myself as whatever celebrity somewhere else, anything like that. But when people recognize me on the street, when people, and you're the face yoga lady, and every day they write me emails and messages through socials and thanking me how I changed their life. And like no joke. I get overwhelmed like every day with the messages from women they that exercise with me from my online program, and it's just wonderful and beautiful, and that just reminds me, oh, this is what I do. It has actually a sense. It's not only that
it's
we look younger, but it's really changing a self-care, self-love, lifestyle approach to ourselves. We touch ourselves, we touch very intimate part of our body, face, and it's super transformative. It was for myself transformative doing it. I can hack my emotions just like that with face yoga, and bringing it to others. It's just beautiful to see how they bloom. The women suddenly, the first lesson they come there, they don't love themselves, and after a few lessons in 2 months they bloom, and it's beautiful to watch.
Thank you. That's why, Simona, I'm so grateful you continuing learning after even 5 years, because what we differentiate, how the difference between I truly believe my method and other teachers' method is, I'm not saying like they're wrong, but we really see transformation. It's not like hey, let's change a face. We go so much deeper, and then how we carry ourselves, the body and the mind affect our face. So when we tap into that, it really shows the transformation from sometimes inside, not outside. But that's when the huge transformation is possible. And I think our role as a teachers is that we keep learning. We just keep learning, and we keep sending a message to the people. So I think that's one thing you're doing so beautifully, and I want to thank you again. Thank you. And then
Fumiko, really quickly, because my business mind can't help but be like when I hear something that triggers it. And so you said two things that were so interesting to me right now, Simona. One is you were talking about in 2017, nobody really knew what it was. And now there's like this awareness. And I just say, like, that's amazing, because the more awareness there is, the more opportunity there is, the more people are going to come to it. And so I love that. I love hearing that. And then you also, I'm getting a brain freeze right now. You said two things. Like, what's the second? I'm like, wait, because it was so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, it'll come back.
I'll
let you.
Beautiful. I want to add, when people start noticing, think about sushi. Many years ago, 20 years ago, sushi in United States, people are like, ew, right? Ew. And now everybody talks about sushi. I won't say every single person, but it's not a big deal anymore, right? And then that's a mindset we are changing. And then sushi was there for the longest time in Japan, but now everybody just takes it as okay, it's not a big deal. I love sushi. People say love sushi. So thank you. That's a good, I don't know, it's a good example, but I just came to my mind. And I want to go back to, Nadine. I remember when you got that first hater, I think I used to say in a class, when you get a first hater, like, congratulations. That means you notice. That's so good. So when you get a first hater, I know it was a hard, sometimes, I even get like, oh, but I want to hear what are you most proud of? Like, what are you most proud of? Your journey.
Okay.
80 days. Yeah, 108 days. Yeah, I forgot.
First of all, I have to show you my transformation. Check this out.
Oh, the face.
That was me before I started face yoga.
And you're like, look at me now.
Check out my eyes.
Yeah. Droopiness is gone. Your skin is so natural, looking, glowing. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I hear that all the time. Can you believe it? I will be 40 in 2 months' time.
Yeah.
I know. Now you want to be proud of getting older instead of what's trying to be away from.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it. I think just keep looking, keep showing that just speaks more than, the word, right?
Yes, this is really, that was one big thing for me, really, because I was so tired. I didn't recognize that I was actually tired before I tried out face yoga for the very first time, because I thought that's normal. the way I look is normal, and that's how it has to be. And then when I tried the face yoga method, I was like, oh my God, I can look better without makeup. This is so crazy. Because of dancing, I was used to wear makeup since I don't know, I was 13 or something, because on TV, they put on everything on you, fake lashes and this and lipstick and whatever. And now I don't need to wear anything anymore because I feel so self-confident, and I get compliments all the time from all sorts of women, and sometimes behind the hands, and then they ask me, did you get anything done? I'm always laughing because I say, no. But if you want, I can tell you about face yoga.
That's most proud of. Why not, right? Show it off, and then just sharing the secrets. And I love that. And your energy just so, makes people excited.
Yeah, I know, it's jumping.
I love that. So I want to ask more questions too. Next one is Marker.
Yeah, can you do like 2 more questions, and then
we're gonna go to the practical. Right. So Marker, now you're more interested in teaching, and you're sharing your passion and teaching people. What dreams do you have for your business this year? I know you said like you want to be more serious about the business, this year. What's in your head? Share with us, please.
Well, I'm trying to find a way to slow down a little bit because I'm pretty active. And my son is a fitness trainer as well and has an online studio. So on his webpage, he teaches live classes, but he also has a library of videos. So my goal this year, he started to help me get a website going because I'm, at 65, I didn't grow up with so much internet stuff. So I'm really learning about creating a website and all of that. And I also don't physically, when you deal with chronic pain and moving your body is such a challenge, it's very hard mentally. And the psyche, it's just hard to stay focused on working on the computer for any length of time. So my son's helping me develop very similar to his library, a way to share exercises, a way to share short classes, so that I can create videos and then share them without having to be physically present all the time.
Wow.
Love it.
I love it. You never end learning. And I love that, your passion.
No. Can I throw thing in? I want to share, I think Molly was talking about how doing the 100 face splashes, you get at least something in. And I just wanted to add in, I think one of the important things that I learned also is this is something we can do all day long, little by little. You don't have to stop and sit in front of a mirror or just completely put everything out of the way. I do face yoga when I drive in my car, when I'm rolling around my house. You had the tell me you're doing face yoga without telling me you're doing face yoga. It's something that we can add in all day long so we can improve everything.
Right. And then that's our job as a teacher, to spread this message, and everybody can learn it. Everybody can do it anytime they can do it. It's a lifestyle, and then they can change the life. You have to start, and the consistency is important. So anything else, Maria, you want to, but thank you so much for answering all the questions. Graduates. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. I mean, you women are all amazing, and I love hearing your different stories, because everybody, you're going to inspire people in a different way. People relate to, a busy mom, a single mom, someone of a different age range. It's like, it's all there. So I love that. And we're so grateful for you coming on today. And what I want to do now is just to have each one of you, we can start with Molly, just say again, like your name and where you're from, and then tell the audience, in case you all want to reach out to these women separately and connect with them, tell them where they can find you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Molly, and I am from Indiana. And you can find me on my website. And it's actually a business website with my mom and my sister as well. They are massage therapists, and I am the esthetician here too. So it's a really cool business, and it's leesportsmassage.com.
Okay.
And that's where you can find.
I'll put that. How do you spell Lee?
LEA.
LEA sportsmassage.com.
Yep.
I'm going to put that in the chat. for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Molly.
Thank you for having me.
How, of course, Nadine, how can everybody find you? And where are you? You're in Germany, right?
Yes, I'm in Germany. I just can put it in the chat, I think. I just put it in. You can reach me on Face Yoga minus Germany at outlook.de or www.faceyogagermany.de. And I'm looking forward, if you have any questions, just write to me. I'm going to be really, really happy to help you to get into the business.
And also,
you're so
their information is on a graduate side, right? Like a TCC graduate.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yes, of course.
Nadine does everything in German too, which I love. There's so much opportunity in, like, especially these other languages. Mm-hmm. All right, Marka.
I'm Marka Danielle. You can find my very beginnings of my website, Face Yoga with Marka. It's Marka. Marka Danielle on Instagram, social media. And I also teach in English and Spanish. I'm bilingual. So that's where you can find me. There's a contact page. Please feel free to send me an email, and I'm happy to help any way I can.
Yeah.
All right, Marka, will you take a look? I put your stuff in the chat box. Does that look right to you? Marka Danielle for social media and faceyogawithmarka.com. Is that
yes
correct?
So much.
Perfect. All right. Okay, Simona. Oh yeah, you already Simona just put up her Instagram. Wow. Perfect.
Yes, I did. I'm Simona. Hi, I'm from Prague, Czech Republic. I teach in Czech. I can teach in English as well, of course. And you can reach me on Instagram, which is Face Yoga Simona. You've got a lot of before and after and inspirational photos and videos. Yeah, it's quite a support group.
Yeah, quite a transformation. I see. Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us. I'm so grateful. And you are going to touch many, many people out there in more ways than you know, and it's going to come back. So thank you all. And we'll let you all go now. I think you can just close. I'm not sure if you can just leave, give a wave goodbye. And then Fumiko and I are going to carry on with the audience and tell them how they can join TCC and a little more details from the technical side.
Thank you, graduate. Love you.
Bye, ladies.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Little there. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. Those women, I didn't even know all of those stories. You know, I knew some, and I know you knew some, but I love their attitude of go out and create whatever is possible. You know, like Simona creating this life as a single mom and creating retreats, and it's very, very, very exciting to see what they've been able to create.
And also, you know, the newly graduate, they took kind of advantage of this pandemic in a way that they combine what they already had and they're able to transform beautifully. So I really like that. And Simona, you know, starting from like people didn't know anything about face yoga, she just kept doing it. And I'm so glad she's about to even quit her editor's job and be a full-time, because this is where her heart is. And I
absolutely, she with her child. And yes. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to bring up just a couple slides, and we're going to go, I'm trying to see where we were at. And we're going to go through what it means to be a face yoga teacher and what's included in the course. And we could talk to you all day long about the technical stuff of the course, and we'll give you some of that, but we really want to talk to you about who you're going to become as you go through this course, because you're going to go through this course and you are literally going to become a different person at the end of 5 months. In order to pass this course, you are going to transform from where you are now. Fumiko, do you want to say anything on that?
Yeah. You know, if you were inspired by those women you just saw, first you have to really believe in yourself, like more than, you know, you believe, like what let's put it, we believe, you know, we must believe in students and all the people who want to transform more than they believe in themselves. That is so
right. Yes.
Yeah.
I think what you're trying to say is that we believe in our course. We know it because we've seen the transformations over and over again. So if your faith in yourself is maybe a little bit lower, can I do it? Is it possible for me? We have you. We believe in this. We have the belief and the faith in you, and we will get you there through the course. So having a little bit of fear or doubt is completely normal at this point, but we have you because we know this works. I think that's what you were. That's where you were.
Yeah. Believe in the program, but believe in the students and believe in ourselves that transformation is very possible. So it's a step.
Yes.
You have to keep. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you.
Okay. What I want to do is just a couple of the more technical things. We won't spend a lot of time on these because I really want to go more into what they're going to get out of this. Let me check my thumbnails. I am going to just tell you briefly because all of this is on the sales page for the course. So you can go to the sales page for the course and you can look at all the technical things that are on it. There's the modules that are broken down into these 4 areas: the science, the teaching, the poses, the corrections. And the corrections came up quite a bit today, talking about how many people are learning it incorrectly. And I think that's so interesting because it's the same thing as learning to exercise. If you do it incorrectly, you injure yourself. Well, if you do face yoga incorrectly, you're going to probably get some unwanted results in aging. There's assignments, there's materials, and there's assignments. This is something you got to step up and you need to do it. And I loved what Molly said as a busy mom, that she was able to come and watch the course later at her own time because everything's recorded. So she was able to keep up with assignments and do things because she didn't have to necessarily show up always for the live aspects of it. There's the community and study group, which Marka brought in so beautifully. She's met her sister soulmates through this course, and there's 4 of them together now that are going into 2 different languages and promoting it to very niche audiences all around the world. So our next course, which starts live in the beginning of June and runs through December, that's when it starts. And this is what you're going to be. This is just a little breakdown of what that looks like. In June, there's the science, then you go through the teaching, then you go through the poses, then you go through the corrections. And then in October, you do a final assessment, a one-on-one assessment, because we know that any face yoga method teacher that we catapult out into the world will not be teaching people incorrectly. They will be teaching them correctly, and they will have the confidence. They have transformed into somebody new, like these wonderful women that you just saw, to be able to go out there and stand in the knowledge and the belief and the results of what they just went through for the past 5 months. They have become like the embodiment of what face yoga can do for them. And that's what helped them all catapult their careers to where they are now. So it's an online certification program. There's over 100 hours of the course online. There's all the assessments. There's live components to that, et cetera, et cetera. But everything's done online. It's the pre-recorded, and then there's the live interface with our audience. So let me stop my, where's my control? I'm going to stop my slide presentation for a minute. And we're just going to talk a little bit more about what it means. Our goal for you is that you become somebody new in this process, that you come out of this and you are a different person, and that you have the confidence to go and create a business. And there's a whole business module in this course that I teach. So I go into all the technical sides of business, which is, the marketing, how to set up a class, how to charge, all that kind of things. So there's not one stone unturned. Fumiko, do you want to touch on any of these things that I'm saying right now?
Yeah, well, I want to say from the transformation part too, probably people like, okay, why, transformational so much, those women are talking about, because during the workshops, I give you, of course, all the technical informations and the practical information. You have to understand the knowledge, right? But also I introduce lots of neuroscience. I mean, Maria, you are so into that too. I share, why the muscle response to that thoughts we have, and we experience this together in a life, and it's such an eye-opening, and it's like a wow moment. And then I give assignments. In assignments, I push you a little bit out of your comfort zone. You have to introduce yourself. You have to write your avatar, like who is your ideal, what is your ideal morning. And I create a scenario that you kind of start visualizing it, and when you're able to visualize, it can happen. And then there's two assignments. You have to record yourself doing that, demo class. And then those little things, I keep pushing you toward the graduation. That's when you start seeing the transformation. So it's not like, oh, I took a class, I transformed into somebody new. No, so there's a process, and I've been using this technique for so many years, and I see always the change. And that's why graduates always say, like, I didn't expect that this is such a transformational class. I thought I'm learning the technique of the face yoga poses, but it's not. So that's a transformational part I wanted to add. Yeah,
definitely. And I know probably many people are out there thinking, well, ABC are my reasons I can't do this. Mm-hmm. And I want you to know that your brain works from a very primitive survival mode. So it's your brain's job to come up with all of these obstacles. And oftentimes as humans, we misinterpret what our brain is saying as a reason not to do something. And that's just your prefrontal cortex going into survival mode. Well, there's da, 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 da. But if you listen to all those little voices in your head like that, remember, that's your brain. That's not who you actually are. It stops you from moving forward, because our brain can talk us out of anything in life. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to go back to my slides. I just want to ask you this, if this is a dream of yours, if you give up on your dreams, you decide not to do your dreams because of your brain saying these things to you in your head, and you're going to fall for that, which many humans do. What are you going to do for the rest of your life? I mean, really think about it. What are you going to do for the rest of your life if you give up on your dreams? Right. Or if you had them before and you've been giving up on them, think of a dream maybe you had 10 years ago, whether or not you've achieved it. It's such a simple question, but it's such a powerful question, because really that means you're just going to stay. You're going to stay where you are, and you're going to let your brain talk you out of any dream that you may or may not have.
Right. And I think that's the marker, she's a full-time wheelchair user now, but she told me she was self-sabotaging because she thought, I'm old, I can't really move, this is it. But now look at her, she's just such a light, and she has so much passion to share what she learned. But that really makes me feel like, oh, she transformed somebody new. She never thought she's possible or capable of at the age of 65. And then when the payoff is big enough, both mentally, physically, and financially, the payout doesn't matter. Like how much, yes, it's a 5 months course, it's a long. It's not, it's not cheap. It's not like buying a cookie. But when you know that you get the big payoff, big enough, payout doesn't matter. So.
Okay, so let's continue on with a couple more of just the technical things, because I know people like to know the nuts and bolts sometimes. There's also there's bi-weekly live online classes with Fumiko. So there's the recorded aspect, and then there's the live aspect, and that is also recorded and put up later for you, as Molly mentioned. There's support from certified coaches that work directly with Fumiko that are in there to answer questions. There's the one-on-one final assessment, the one that I talked about. There is the there I am and Camille teaching our marketing module and swipe files. That's a whole different game from, we want you to learn your craft, but then we want you to learn your craft on how to turn it into a business. And this is how to turn it into a business. That's what all of these modules are about. That is entirely included in the class, the business module. We can go into, then of course, there's all the fun stuff, like you're getting a digital certificate, the badge, the accreditation. So people know that you're really coming from the face yoga method, because this is, I can say hands down, it is the most comprehensive and the best course in the entire world on face yoga. How do I know this? Because number one, we've looked at other courses. Number two, I know Fumiko. I've worked with her for over 10 years and I've known her for over 15 years. And I know her level of knowledge and I know her dedication to this craft. And I've seen the results that our students have produced. And Fumiko, in the past 2 weeks, I think, or 3 weeks ago, completely redid many aspects inside. She's so excited because she always sees things that she wants to add or enhance within our existing course, our catalog of course online for this TCC graduation course. And she went and she insisted that we do this, and she redid so many aspects of it. So it is like the brand new web or TCC 3.0 that you're going to get when you begin in June. And I'm very, I know you're super
very excited. Yes, yes. And also having, you know, the marketing module and everything, we prepare you, you know, like a Nadine, she was able to start like making money right away, even the same day she graduated, because we helped her to build, you know, Maria and Camille goes through everything aspect of how to build a business together with the face yoga. You know, you don't need to like a marker, but that's your option. And when you apply that with the knowledge of face yoga, you are unstoppable. I mean, that's what we, you know, seen over and over. Yeah.
Yep. And when you go all in on yourself, and this is you, because we have the vehicle, we know what we have works. And if you make the commitment to go all in on yourself, your return will be through the roof. Mm-hmm. So let's go over 1 or 2 more technical details, and then we're going to take some questions for you ladies, because we're getting to the top of the hour, and we're going to tell you how you can enroll in this class. Okay. All right. So one more thing. Let's just quickly, this is just what you're going to get. Everything that you're going to get in the course, the 100-hour, the teacher certification course, the bi-weekly live online classes with Fumiko, a Q&A, personal support, a one-on-one assessment with the certified coach, our marketing and business module taught by me and Camille, and business boosting graduate benefits, which you just witnessed earlier today with our lovely graduates that were on here. That is what you will receive in it. And when you become a certified face yoga teacher, your investment in yourself today is a one-time payment of $5,500 or a 4-month installment plan of $1,500. And you can make your application by going to faceyogamethod.com/TCC. That is how you can make the application. You make an application first, and then you hear, but I'm going to explain how that process works, because we start on June 1st. So you've got time to make the application, and then we get back to you. We accept the application, get back to you, and there you make your investment, and you'll get instant access to begin the course. There's a lot of things that you can begin in there before we officially begin on June 1st. We have a limited number of spots for this course. This is not false scarcity. We keep it limited because of the personal attention that we give to our students. And it's already 50% sold out. We've had students coming in since earlier this year that are in there already getting a head start, and very excited for class to officially start on June 1st. So the way that you're going to apply and enroll is first you do the application. The application is reviewed within 48 hours. Then you receive an email with your acceptance letter. And then you choose the best payment option. And once that's done and you've made that, you can log into the teacher course website. And we do the application to really make you think about what you're committing to, and because we want committed students. So we read every single application and we can tell who is committed to this and who is not, and who's going to come out. Now we have also, I know sometimes people get very nitty-gritty questions, and they start to do an application and then they're like, oh, well, I have this or this or this. So we have offered a discovery call. We're going to have Tina and Camille that are on the screen there. They are available. We're going to give you a link after you make your application. If you still have further questions, you'll be able to do a discovery call with them and get anything that's unanswered answered. Now, Fumiko, you can talk for a minute. Once they join in today, that they're able to immediately access this module, correct?
Yes,
that will
that's
prepare
right.
them for.
Yeah, and many face yoga students told me that over the years, like this itself is such a great, contents because they can use for themselves, but also they can apply to their students, future students, and start doing workshops and so many things I put in this bonus module.
Perfect. We have a 15-day money-back guarantee. If you get in there, it's not for you. You just connect with us and we will take care of that. So what you're going to get one more time, because I know it's a lot of information to take in, and all of this information is on the sales page as well. You get the completely recorded class, the 100-hour Face Yoga Method teacher certification course. You can watch it anytime. You get the bi-weekly live online classes with Fumiko. You get personal support from a certified coach. We have a whole private Facebook group going on with that. You get a one-on-one assessment at the end, so that we know you're ready to launch out into the world and launch your career, like all of the women you saw earlier on this call today. You get the business module in there with the marketing module and all the swipe files that come with that, which are the files that show you how to write emails, how to do scripts, all that kind of stuff, what to put on your website. And you get the business boosting graduate benefits listed on our site. So that's a one-time payment of $5,500 or 4 monthly installments of $1,500. We start June 1st. So I'm going to stop the slide presentation. I am going to ask my team. I know there's a separate bubble that you can ask questions in. So if any questions you put in there, my team is going to feed to us, and we're going to answer all the questions we can for you right now. And let's see what you have. I'm not opening up our chat box as much as I'm going to look at the ones you've sent into our behind the scenes team, because sometimes it gets overwhelming for me to try to keep up with them. So let me look and see if there's questions. Maybe I need to turn on our chat. I'll turn on our chat box. I'm going to turn this on, and I know some of you are sending questions behind the scene, and some of you might send them in the chat box, depending upon what you see on your screen. What's easier for you? Let's see. Let's start with questions, because I know there's going to be questions about this course. Oh, great. I see one being typed in right now. How do the live classes, something about the live, how often are the live classes? Fumiko, you want to answer that?
Yes, usually average every 10 days, and then that's enough time for you to go through the module and then watch that and then come to my class, and then you ask me questions, and then you can do the homework or assignments after that. So that's why I give about 10 days between.
Perfect. Perfect. Yes, the live classes do get recorded. There's no way we can serve all the time zones. So the live classes are recorded. So if you're in a different time zone or it's hard for you to reach, no problem, they're recorded. And if you have a question that you want answered on a live class and you're not able to go to that class, you can just send it in beforehand and it will get answered.
Yeah, I make sure I answer all the questions. Yeah.
All right. Okay, I've turned on our chat box here, and my team is giving me behind the scenes. Okay, so it's I'm going to put in the chat box here, what time are the live classes? Sophie, they're at different times. Fumiko, mostly.
Usually around 10 o'clock.
In California.
Yeah, California time. Yeah.
Okay.
And not on the weekends. I think I have some classes on weekends, but usually a weekday. Yep.
Okay, and I've just put up the link there. It's faceyogamethod.com/TCC. That's where you can go to fill out your application. And that's how you would get a discovery. Oh gosh, such a good question Kristen is asking. She wants to know, I've never done face yoga. Can I take this course? Fumiko, you want to answer that?
Of course. Do you think those women who on a screen had face yoga experiences? No, none of them. That's why I teach. That's why I need 5 months to teach you from the basic, all the way to the actual poses. So by the time you graduate, you're like a pro. You know so many names of the muscles and how to move and how to relax them, and you'll be surprised how responsible your facial muscles are.
Yes, and Noelle asked the very similar question. Are there any class requirements prior to attending? Noelle, I'd say the only requirement that we ask is be coachable, Because if you are coachable, we are going to take you to the finish line. I promise you. If you're coachable and you show up with energy, we'll get you where you need to go. Because we have more faith in you than you have in yourself. We have complete faith in our system and what it provides. We've seen it happen over and over and over again, like you saw with the women this morning. All right. If I cannot start on the 1st of June, will there be another course later? There is, I don't know the dates, but Javi, and excuse me if I'm saying your name wrong. I don't know the dates for the next one. We're reconfiguring some things behind the scene. My suggestion to you is you don't have to be there the very first day of June. If you enroll now and you come in, you can still take it at your own pace. We do like to keep you on pace so that you can graduate in the fall, because there's something to be said for momentum. When you start momentum going and you just go the way we have it set up, and we have it set up so that it's not, as you saw, Molly, a mom of soon to be 5, was able to do this with 4 children and a business. So we have it set up so it's not overwhelming in the amount of time, but that it's paced. And we want you to hopefully keep up with the pace as best you can. Our goal is to get you over the finish line. And so we need your participation for that. Are the live classes face-to-face with the students? So Natalia, face-to-face. So the live classes, no. So the live classes that Fumiko does, she's doing them in a format similar to this, where she's doing them online, because we've got students from all over the world. But live classes, definitely she's done, and many of our students have done live. Once you're certified as a teacher, you can go out there and do live classes face-to-face with a student. In fact, I think it's one of the best ways to begin that career and to actually keep that career in many ways in a live interfacing audience, because people love that and they love the special attention. Okay, Jennifer, Spanish is my first language. My English is good, but not 100. Do you think the language is an issue? Fumiko, I'm going to let you talk to that because you've had so
many. I'm not a native English speaker, right? And then many of the students in TCC are not native English speakers. So that means you will have a lots of opportunities. We create the, it's not mandatory, but we suggest, a study group, and we help you to create a study group. And that's how Marka did. And then she met the 3 ladies from the class, and then now they call the Wild Girls, and they're doing everything in Spanish. So nope, don't worry about it. And then also, this is a place you can actually make friends from people all over the world with like-minded people, who wants to transform their life. So don't worry about it, Jennifer. We got you.
Okay, and somebody's saying that the details aren't shown in chat. Lee, I think of the speakers, so the women we had earlier all told where you could contact them. If you scroll down the chat, I know you're going to have to scroll down it. It's a little bit further down there, and you can find each one of them, either gave their Instagram or their website. You should be able to find that. I can also ask my team to put that out in an email to anybody that attends today, to just put those out so you can find them. Because I can't scroll down the chat right now. All right, how many students? I have to check with my team the exact amount. It's a little over 100 that we have per course. Let's see. Okay, now let me go to my other. How many? Okay, no. Okay, we talked about Spanish. Sophie, for payment questions, you can reach out to our team behind the scenes, info@Face Yoga Method. Okay, Deborah, I think I'm understanding the question, and I'm not sure if I am, but I think I am. How many graduates have been successful like you? And I'm assuming you were talking about the women that you saw today. So we don't hear from all of them. Some of them we do. This is my best answer I could give you. As many as want to be. If you want to be, you will be. It's a choice. So each one has such a different story. And there were so many we could have invited to come today, but we invited the 4 that came today. And Fumiko, I know you know hundreds of other stories of successful teachers, and each one is going on a journey, a personal transformation, a personal professional journey for their own reasons. So they're all for different reasons that they're going. So I don't want you to, I don't know what your definition of success is, but I don't want you to compare your journey. They're there to inspire you, to show you what's possible, but there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other stories out there with what people have done. May, if I fall late for a module due to traveling, if I miss out on an assignment, can I? Yes, you can. You can. You talk with your moderator and we'll get you back on track. We understand you also live a life in the real world that sometimes throws you little curves that you can't always say and do what you expected.
And also, I want to clarify it. Yeah, assignments are due, you know, every assignment, I think we have 15, they're not due, no, 19 assignments. They're not due like every week, okay? The final due date is before you see 101 with assessor so that you can get certified. So you can kind of squeeze all the assignments. You can put on a calendar, okay, today's the day I'm going to do assignment 1 to 5. So it's so much easier for you to, you know, prepare this way. Yep.
Then I have a question, Sophie, at the assessments at the end of the course, written assessments. You have written homework along the way, but the assessment, and Fumiko, it's a live, kind of like we're doing right now, but it'll just be one-on-one with you and your assessor, and you're going to demonstrate some poses for them. You're going to demonstrate your ability to teach.
Yep. That's why, you know, we really take this seriously, because so many students said that last final 101 changed everything, because we give you feedback. And then we tell you, you know, even body posture, hand gesture, language, eye contact. So when you finish, you'll be so confident that you are a certified teacher and you're a very good teacher. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. And I always say when this question comes up, and it's a good question, is to understand something and to do it for your own self and your own benefit is one thing, but to be able to teach it is a level of mastery. It's completely different to teach something. And I, for example, take yoga classes. I've been taking yoga classes for almost 30 years, and I still can't teach a class. And that's fine. That's not what I want to do. That's fine. I can't teach it. But teaching is a whole different ballgame. So you learn not only the science and the craft and the poses in our course, but you learn how to teach. And how to teach, the most important thing you're going to bring, I'll tell you a little secret, and I talk about this in the business module. The most important thing you're going to bring to your business as a face yoga teacher is yourself. You're not, is who you are authentically. That is how you are going to attract your ideal customer, not by trying to be anybody else, or not by trying to be one of the women that was on the call today. They can all inspire for different reasons, but you're not supposed to be them. And we really drill that home, because what you have to bring, what you have, if you have this desire inside of you to do this, it was given to you for a reason. And if it's given to you, you also have the ability to fulfill it as your authentic self. And that is something that we believe in very much. Okay, I'm looking at this. I love it all. Passion, knowledge, tech. Scary. Yes, Deborah, that is a really good point that you bring up. I just heard this the other day, and I want to say something. Disruption always follows attention. So when we get all excited, and we all do this, we get something really exciting and some new journey that we're going on in our life. You know, one job ended, we're starting the other. One relationship ended, we're maybe going to be single or start the next. It's exciting, right? Like a relationship's such an easy example of it. It's exciting. And then, well, things happen, and it's called disruption in whatever form. And that is the natural cycle of life. So disruption will happen. We are here to keep you moving along. And that's where the fear comes in. That's where your brain comes in. And your brain's like, ooh, it's scary. Like, maybe I don't want you to go through this disruption, so don't do it. If you listen to that brain, that's when you never chase your dreams. And that's what I talked about. Like, that's just the primitive side of your brain trying to keep yourself safe. That's the way that your brain works. But if you listen to that, you do not evolve. You do not move forward. You are the master of your brain, and you can train it. Right. That's what neuroscience is all about. So, okay.
Age, like if you're over mid-30s, you know, mid-30s, everything you do, almost over 90% of what you do, how you think, is based on your experience, right? So if you fail something, oh, I can't do it again. So that means you're living in the past based on what you've done in your life. And how sad is that? Because you're limiting yourself. You know, you can transform when you decided to step out your comfort zone. It's scary because you never done it. That's why your body and the brain trying to stop you. Hey, don't do that, because you've done it before and you failed it. Just stay here. So it's so comfortable. But we want transformation because we believe that. And we believe in you more than, you believe in yourself, because we've done this so many times. But you have to really take responsible for, your action too. Like, I'm in. If you are in, I want you 100% in, because I know I can take you to the next level. But if you're half in, it doesn't happen. Yeah.
If you do, let me tell you this, if you take the course and you do what Fumiko says, you will get results.
Yeah.
You will get results. Just do what she says. Do what the coach says. Do what the master says. I've seen it over and over. Okay, I've got a couple more questions here. Do you have anyone who fails the course? Well, they haven't. We have had one or two, a couple that have not. I don't want to say fail, because a failure is just an opportunity to move forward, to learn from something and move forward. And there's been a couple people that have had challenging one-on-ones. So we give them the opportunity to come back and retake that one-on-one.
And you know what, Maria, they said when they came back, like, thank you so much for failing me. Isn't it amazing? Because they learned so much in that short period of time. They failed. They were, I failed. And then they have to come back, let's say a week later. And then they started it, they got it, and then became so much more aware. Why, what happened, and then now what they want. So yeah, thanks, Tess.
Yeah. A failure forces you to evolve. If you want to move forward, it just forces you to evolve. So it's not a bad thing. It has a bad rep in our community, but I mean, in our world, I should say. Okay, Pavi, this is such a good question, because she says, can I transform my face in 5 months? I guess that people expect the teachers have a face without wrinkles. No, they don't expect that. They don't expect that the teacher, and I'm going to let Fumiko answer this in a second, but I take an online class for exercise for the body, and it's an amazing class, and it's really helped me transform my body. But my body can only be my body, right? It can't be anybody else's. And the teacher always says, because she's a well-known teacher, she's like, people come to, and she's taught celebrities. And so she's like, people come to me all the time and say, can I get a butt like J-Lo's? Can I get, arms like, I don't know, Michelle Obama or whatever? And she's like, that's not the point of what you're doing. You're doing this to be in your optimal health and your optimal state. And no, you're not going to get J-Lo's butt. And so when if you have the natural signs of aging in your face, that is, Fumiko, I'm going to let you speak to this. There's a demographic that's going to be attracted to you because of who you are. It's like Marka attracting her demographic. So Fumiko, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. Well, think about it. We can't get back to the face we had when we are 5 years old. And remember, you are today, right now, you oldest you have ever been in your life. And then you will be the youngest you will ever be in the rest of your life, right? So time is just moving, linear away. And when you say, like, I have a wrinkle, yes, but people are attracted to you because of your energy, because of who you are. And then because of the information you're sharing. That's why I say the face yoga method is not just an exercise, the face, it's a lifestyle. And when you teach a lifestyle, when you teach a transformation inside out, that's when people shine. And many times people say, even students, I had students who are already over 75, they're teaching their demographic, and they're attracting so many of those people who are close to the age because they can relate to these teachers. Make sense? So think about it, like your life is so beautiful and big. It's not like, oh, I have a wrinkle. Can I teach? Yes, you can.
Well, also think about this. Like, if some 25-year-old with like a perfectly firm and skin face comes along and says to a 67-year-old, I'm going to teach you face yoga and you're going to have a face like mine, no one's going to buy that. It's like, oh, no, you don't want to learn from that person. They're not connected to that person. And it's like the filters, all of us see the filters, right? On Instagram or social media. And we're like, really? Like, no one's buying it. What they buy is who you are authentically you. So is there a separate Yes, there is a separate Facebook group just for this class.
That's a beautiful place. Yep.
I think it's time now you can go to faceyogamethod.com/TCC. You can get on the application page. The application's, it's exciting. It's going to, things are going to come up when you fill it out. You're going to get excited. You're going to have some fear. You might feel a little bit nervous. You might feel a little bit scared, but those are all good feelings. It means you're starting to make a transformation in your life. So just fill it out. There's no obligation when you fill it out. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to get you're going to hear back from us. And then hopefully many of you are going to be joining us on this next journey that we're going to start in June.
Very
and
soon.
Remember what I said earlier.
June 1st is the first workshop. Yeah, welcome workshop.
June
So
1st. Yes.
Excited. Yeah. And I would just want to imagine how you feel, you know, let's say 6 months from now, you are feeling so different. And what if you are on the, you know, on the screen like those ladies, graduates, and then talking about your transformation? Do they think that was possible? They didn't think that was possible. They didn't even think about that, but they were there. And now they are, you know, sharing the stories, how they transform their life and transforming other people's life. So just, I want you to just imagine how you want to feel 6 months from now. Do you want to be here in the same place, or do you want to change the way you feel and look about yourself or life?
I love that. Perfect way to end it. Yeah. If you don't chase your dreams, what are you going to do for the rest of your life? And this will cause you to change on every level, every level. All right. So thank you all for being with us. If you have any questions, you can write into info@Face Yoga Method. You can find the application on Face Yoga Method /TCC. All the questions we can answer. You can have a discovery call, and we look forward to seeing you in June. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.